for the configuration file. So again, you do not need to do it on box basis. Your FortiManager unit will schedule the backup jobs. You can even upgrade the firmware of your Fortinet product remotely. You do not to physically present the SAN unit. Okay? FortiAnalyzer, it is the core reporting engine of Fortinet, through which you're pushing all of the logs that's being generated from different Fortinet products, like FortiGate or FortiMail or FortiWeb or FortiDB. So all of these devices is pushing back all the logs of let's say, the bypass traffic, the administration access, whatever type of traffic. The hardware consumption, the CPU usage rate, all of these logs is being bypassed to the FortiAnalyzer, through which you can get unmatched report layouts, specifying every single entity that was happening or taking place for specific appliance. Okay? So you can do it with FortiAnalyzer. FortiMail, it's a dedicated anti-spam solution, through which we have like 36 or 35 anti-spam techniques. The commitment that we provide to our customers, just give us 2 weeks since the first deployment, and we can guarantee like 5 nines, no spam. With FortiMail, we go through a specific presentation for FortiMail, just an info. With FortiMail, you have 3 deployment modes. You can get use of it as a front-end mail server, through which you're protecting your back-end mail server, where your mail was stored is actually reside. You can get use of it as a dedicated mail server, so you do not need any third party or any vendor to provide the mailing service or the SMTP service. And you can deploy it in transparent mode, through which you're not altering anything in your IP network. So you're not re-advertising the MS record over different IPs and changing the pattern rules over your core gateway device. You're not getting into any of these. Just deploy it, one cable in, one cable out. It's being deployed as a bridge. And you can get use of all the anti-spam functions. FortiWeb, it's an application firewall, through which we guarantee that we do not have any like code insertions or XML vulnerability or HTTP exploit. So again, it's an application firewall. FortiGuard, this is the update center of Fortinet, through which we're getting all the updates, as we said. FortiClient, it's an endpoint security solution. So the big circle of security that's being segmented into 3 core areas, or main areas, sorry. The edge point security solution, the inline security solution, and the endpoint security solution. The edge points, which is the place of presence where your WAN connection is being attached. So these are the boundaries. We call it the edge point, the edge points. The inline security system, or the inline deployment, we place it in front of our DMZs. So it's where you have like your web server and mail server and FTP server and all of that services available. So you're still protecting these server elements from the internal users, or internal VLANs, or internal networks, whatever you name it. And finally, the endpoint security solution, it's all about the machines themselves. So FortiClient, you can install it on your machine. By the way, it's for free. All of the security features that we've been talking about is founded with FortiClient, zero charge. You can download it, get use of it. However, if we're talking about an enterprise-grade company which need to manage these clients through single management console, then you need to go for the license. But as long as we're talking about a single usage point, you can get it for free. FortiScan, it is for vulnerability management. So it's responsible to scan certain IP elements and tell you what vulnerability do you have on this host and how to mitigate it. And if you do not mitigate it, what's the possible risks? And what type of attacks could be, let's say, compromise this machine or this IP element. So this is what FortiScan Last but not least, FortiDB. FortiDB, it's a database firewall through which you can protect SQL, Oracle, MySQL. We're looking into the instructions that's being transmitted in the code. Or let's say we're trying to delete some tables, we're trying to insert some details, we're trying to alter some details. So based on the policies that you're defining within your FortiDB, you can eliminate all of these risks. And by the way, it can adapt based on the traffic patterns. Say organization with like 20 users, the heads that's being targeted to the database server definitely will not match heads that's targeting the database server an environment that's running like 300 employees. So again, we can adapt based on the traffic patterns and what basically the network traffic volume that's coming toward our database server. This is a global footprint of Fortinet and what sample of customers do we have worldwide. Orange, US Army, Pizza Hut, some nice stuff. Honda, Polycom, Burger King, so you can get all of these information online. Again, this is just a tiny sample of Fortinet customer base worldwide. Again, how do we prove our leadership? By third independent parties certification, like ICSA and IDC and Gartners and all of these organizations that marking the vendors based on the features that they claim to have. So say that you're a vendor X and you're saying that this appliance can do IPS. So fine, just give me a piece of hardware, I'll get it into my lab, I'll start all of the tests, then to certify if your claim is right and to tell you, no, you're not doing this feature in the proper way. So this is what certificates do Fortinet gain from different third-party companies or let's say organizations. Speaking just for ICSA labs, ICSA is a subdivision of Verizon. It's a mobile carrier found in the States. This division is just responsible to benchmark the security products. Fortinet is the only hardware vendor with 7 certificates. You can find it online, icsalabs.com. Then you can select the vendor. Fortinet is like a drop-down list. Then you can see all of the certificates that the vendor already gained. So again, Fortinet is the only hardware security vendor with 7 ICSA certificates. Simple metrics to compare with other vendors and what other vendors can offer. So be my guest if you're questioning any of these. Someone will say everyone is presenting this platform is saying I'm the best. So be my guest to question any one of these. Okay, McAfee, they do not only have a client-based secure system, they also have like a web filter solution. Fortinet can give you a comprehensive security system through which you can get rid of many point solutions and get one box centralized management that can do you multiple features, like 5 or 6 security options. Definitely, because having your edge protected doesn't imply that your host is protected. Because if you're today protecting your edge point, so maybe someone will get the flash with infection and just put it to the machine, and the infection is there. So what this matrix is trying to tell us, you can get rid of any point solution on the network tab. If we're speaking host-based language, then we have 45. Definitely. This is my FortiAnalyzer. Again, with FortiAnalyzer, you can get every single action that's happening on your network. Even say that you're the network engineer and you have like a filter admin. So you delegate the web filter function to him. So we need to audit what he's doing and what exclusions he's doing and who's, let's say, bypassing the policy and all of that stuff, and who's visiting like Facebook.com and what's happening and what's the traffic volume from specific sources. All of that stuff, you can find it through FortiAnalyzer. So FortiAnalyzer, again, it's your magic box to tell you every single entity that's taking place within your company. That's right. And one platform. Fortinet, that's the security vendor. We have multiple product family. FortiGate, again, let me go back to the slide. FortiGate, it's the core security function. It's a UTM, the Unified Threat Management Solution. FortiAD, the 10 access points. FortiManager for centralized management for wide deployments. FortiAnalyzer for centralized logging. So say you have like 2 FortiGate units and 1 FortiDB unit. So your FortiDB unit can log back to 1 FortiAnalyzer, and the 2 FortiGate units can log to the same FortiAnalyzer. So this is how you get a comprehensive, let's say, image of what's happening. Another useful example, say you have 2, let's say, edge points with 2 different pieces of hardware of FortiGate. Once you're sending the logs to the same FortiAnalyzer unit, you can analyze, in case of, let's say, distributed denial of service attack, you can analyze traffic pattern and know when the attack was launched and what was the amount of hits that was targeted or passed through the first FortiGate unit, and what's the volume that's coming from the second unit. All of these details you can get through FortiAnalyzer. Another use of thing, investigate for a fixed pattern. Same like the pattern handler should not be exposed by all means, either through Word document, PDF document, through a personal mail, text chat, whatever. Even the text chat, you can get it. Say that you have one employee on site, is chatting with his, let's say, friend. You can get the chat log. Exactly. This will give you the visibility to the network. So we're not jeopardizing any data leak by all means. Okay? Any other question? No. FortiGate, it's a one piece of hardware. FortiAnalyzer, it's a different piece of hardware. As you know, the report generation and the log aggregation and all of that stuff related to logging, it's a processing intensive. So if you combine the 2 functions to one appliance, at the end of the day, you'll end up with killing the performance. So again, we're talking in wire speed performance. So you cannot afford to have a storage element inside your appliance, even if it's a 15K hard disk. So if you have, let's say, one communication channel, the first part of the communication channel can total like 1,000 words per second, for example. And we have the intermediate part that can process 500 words per second, and the end part can comprehend or process 1,000. At the end of the day, in fact, we have the 1,000 capability on the 2 ends. At the end of the day, we'll end up communicating with the lowest common speed. So that's why we're segregating the function of the function that highly processing intensive to a different piece of hardware. So it doesn't hurt to get the log after like 3 minutes from the generation time. However, you need to get the immediate notification if one traffic pattern is taking